There's a lot going on in the cosmos right now, and while the outcome will differ from person to person, the common thread that binds us all together is that we know change is coming. This week, eclipse season fully begins with our solar eclipse in Leo. We also have 4 celestial bodies retrograde right now, and Mars moves into Cancer. Let's take a look and see what this could mean for you so you can swim with the cosmic current instead of against it this week. What's up, everyone? I'm the Astro Mama. I'm a certified professional astrologer and board certified psycho-spiritual life coach, as well as a real life mom. And I bring the cosmos down to earth to help ground deep feelers, creatives, and mystics because universe, Lord, God, Spirit knows that we need it. I'm reporting to you live with a blocked tear duct. I just feel like calling out the elephant in the room, and we're just going to rally. This eclipse is transiting my 6th house of day-to-day responsibilities, routines, health, wellness. So I'm not shocked that I started off this week pre-eclipse with some health concerns, but this eclipse does not ask us to hide or play small. It asks us to keep it moving, keep going forward. It's asking us to keep evolving, and yet not everything, not every habit, routine, every person even can come with us on this next chapter. And eclipse season is really that of divine release, divine shedding, but also divine abundance, divine expansion, and new beginnings as well. So this is your Astro Weather forecast for the week of August 10th to the 16th, 2026. We're going to take it day by day, transit by transit, talking about what's happening in the sky above and how you can work with it to make your life feel a little bit more easeful, a little bit more flowy, and to just make the most out of our time here on Earth. Life is short, and why not make the most out of our time here? I do skip days where I feel like there aren't any major transits going on. It doesn't mean that nothing is happening. The cosmos are always in flux. The cosmos are always moving. And if you want to understand how this cosmic current is impacting you more personally, maybe there's a lot going on in your life right now and you're just looking for guidance, you can book a personal reading with me. The link is below. And if you take my Grounded Mystic quiz, you'll get 20% off your first reading with me. The quiz will also match you with the best reading based on where you are in your current life journey. And you get a free tarot card pull, because who doesn't love a tarot card pull? I'm a tarot girly. Let me know in the comments below if you are too. There's so much astrology and tarot too. That's like a deep dive for another time. But let me know if it's something that y'all would be interested in. I used to teach tarot. It's something that I love, and I kind of just like took a step away from. So let's fast forward. Welcome to Tuesday, August 11th. Mars enters Cancer at 1:31 a.m. Pacific time, bringing a more nurturing energy to the way that we be, the way we assert our will, the way that we act in our day-to-day life, the way that we fight, and also the way that we make love. Mars, in my opinion, is one of the most slept on planets in modern astrology, especially just in pop culture and what we see shared more on social media or in blogs or in magazines. Mars is such an important part of our day-to-day life. My background is in psychosynthesis. I'm a board certified psycho-spiritual coach, and something that we say often in that modality is that we are really kind of nothing without our will. Our will is how we exercise our essence, our soul, our being, our consciousness into the world. It's like the role that we play or the way that we make our metaphysical experience internally and externally tangible and physical. And yet I find in astrology, it tends to be a planet natally or sometimes transits that are kind of brushed away. Everybody wants to talk about Venus. Everybody wants to talk about the North Node. Everybody wants to talk about Jupiter. Everybody wants to talk about their Saturn return. And it's like, hey, what about Mars? So Mars is moving into Cancer. It will be there until September 27th, 2026. And this brings a very watery, emotional, and sensitive vibe to, again, the way that we be, the way that we assert our will in the world, the way that we make love, maybe, and the way that we fight also. And Mars in Cancer can get a little bit of a bad rep. And I think the reason why is because our world is obsessed with productivity. with capitalism, with how much can we do, how far can we go, how busy can we be. And maybe it's the projector in me, I don't know. But Mars in Cancer, what I love about it is it's so much more interested in how present can I be in this moment? How slow can I be in this moment? How attuned emotionally and sensitively can I be to my environment, to the people in my environment, to my own emotional world? And Mars in Cancer is a sensitive energy. Some of us might feel a little bit more emotional, a little bit more tender during the weeks that this transit is happening. And it's truly just because Cancerian energy is so soft and so loving and so devoted that it needs a hard exterior to protect itself. So throughout this transit, you might notice yourself feeling a little emotionally volatile, a little sensitive. And if you find that, like, even like you start to feel a little bitter, a little reactive to somebody, allow yourself to withdraw into your shell and nourish your sensitivity through self love, through self compassion, through these self care practices that make you feel softer and comforted and regulated so that you can go back out into the world and you can give to nourish, maybe even mother other people. I feel like this balance is so important for Mars and Cancer. Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon has 4 major phases every month. So there's a waxing and a waning component to your energy when Mars is in Cancer. You could have days where you feel bright and vibrant and sociable, and you decide that you're going to sign up to do all the plans ever in the month. And then you could have a day where you're like, actually, I don't want to do any of that. I don't know why I just did that. I used to be a women's coach, and I used to say, like, don't plan your whole month when you're in your ovulation phase, because when you're in your ovulation phase, typically, not always, but you tend to have more energy. And then it's like luteal and menstruation come, and you're like, I'm exhausted. I have to cancel all my plans. Just because it's Leo season, Mercury's in Leo. Leo energy rules the 5th house of romance, expression, play, but also sometimes children. Cancer is the home, our emotional energy, the mother. There could just be an emphasis on children and mothering during this transit, even mothering your little kids, nurturing your children, nurturing yourself and the inner child that lives within you, nurturing your projects, nurturing your partner, nurturing your business, your plants, your home, fill in the blank. I was feeling a little feisty at my husband the other day, and he's an amazing gardener. First of all, he's like so good at gardening. And I asked him to plant me these rose bushes. I went away for 10 days. I was on this amazing retreat. It was beautiful. The more, I guess, Virgo parts of me, the more parts of me that really crave control and regulation and all that get a little intense when I leave. So I came home and I noticed that the roses hadn't been watered. And I snapped at him and I was like, well, of course they're dying because they haven't been watered. And I was like, things that you don't water die, honey. And we worked it out amongst ourselves. But that quote kind of stuck with me. The things that we don't water die. Duh. And I just feel like Mars and Cancer is, what are you watering? What are you nurturing? Imagine these areas of your life, your health, your wellness, your friends, your business, your children. Imagine them as pots, and you've planted seeds in each one. Which ones are you watering to? I'm a big manifestation believer. I believe in the law of attraction. It's made wonderful experiences in my life, my clients' lives, my friends' lives. I've seen it all. But we focus so much on planting the seed that we forget, how do we actually water it? How do we actually take care of that plant? And every plant is so different. They all have different care schedules. They all have different needs. All the plants in your life have different things that they need to flourish, that they need to grow. And Mars in Cancer is more intuitive. It's more emotional. You can explore not through data and research, but through your own intuition. Which plants need the most amount of tending to? And what's a care schedule that you can put all these areas of your life onto? And you can water them each little by little, day by day, and watch them grow without burning out, while protecting your sensitivity, while protecting a different pace that your body craves to move in. All that could be present for the next few weeks with Mars in Cancer. Shortly after, the moon enters Leo at 1:38 Pacific time, which could inspire some expressive, playful, fiery ways of relating to other people, creating your projects, I find that when the moon is in Leo, people want to show out and show up. I've shared this story here before, but one time I was at the beach with my husband and my daughter, and we were on a walk, and I had to figure out where the moon was because all within the same half-mile radius, we walked past a Love Island casting call, a Christian rock concert in a parking lot, people doing baptisms on the beach, a DJ set, and people dancing to this DJ set. And I think there was like some other like some people driving by on bikes with really loud stereo systems. And I said, the moon has to be in Leo right now. We have to look it up. And sure enough, it was. I like to share that story on this podcast often because I want you guys to picture this, picture that energy alive today. So that's typically the vibe with the moon in Leo. But I will say, because the energy is building to the new moon solar eclipse in Leo tomorrow, you could be feeling a little intense. Eclipses are traditionally associated with very intense times. There used to be mythologies that said that people shouldn't even go outside during eclipses. Um, People could be just feeling intense. These types of lunations can make people feel a spectrum of emotions. Some people are super bubbly and almost wired, can't sleep. Some people get anxious. Some people are exhausted and sluggish and emotionally overwhelmed. The best way to really know how this eclipse is going to impact you more personally is through booking a personal reading. The link to do so is below, or at least just looking and seeing in your natal chart, where do you have 20 degrees of Leo? That could be the area of life that is most touched by this transit. For example, I have 20 degrees Leo in the 6th house. And so we're talking about with the clogged tear duct thing and the Bali belly thing, that can help you get a little more clear on what area of your life could be called to action. The moon makes a conjunction to Mercury and it makes an opposition to Pluto. This could be making you feel like your inner world is a little intense today. Your emotions are a little intense. Maybe there's like repressed emotions coming to the surface. And there could be a desire or an invitation to create, especially with your hands, to knit or do pottery or to play some music or to write, to have a vent session with a friend or a therapy session with a guide. And finding some sort of activity to do with your hands or also just a way to express yourself could be really healing today. If you do choose to sit with what's coming up for you, to take some time to process today, there could be a really beautiful like aha, epiphany, breakthrough, or even some sort of creative work that you make, publish, share, finalize tonight when Mercury makes a trine to Neptune at 8:38 p.m. Pacific time. And Venus makes a trine to Uranus around 8:45 p.m. Pacific time. You could also have like a surprise come your way, like maybe somebody, I don't know, slides into your DMs, or you get flowers delivered to your doorstep, or you have like a really beautiful heart to heart with your roommate or a partner or a child, or like you pull your cards and you get like a beautiful, it's like the high priestess, the 9 of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. I don't know. There's like something that happens when you like your energy shifts. I am a Pisces rising. I should preface this by before I say this. Sometimes you just need a good cry. So you just feel more clear. You feel like you can see the situation more fully. It's very cathartic to release your emotions, to shed, to cry, to express. And it can leave you feeling more connected to the divine, more connected to the divine within you and me and the world around us. I had a therapist once who said that children cry to receive connection from their parents and have needs met. Adults cry to feel closer to the divine. Isn't that so beautiful? So you could be feeling some of that today on Tuesday. Tuesday's a big day. Let's fast forward to Eclipse Day. Welcome to Wednesday, August 12th. This morning before the eclipse happens at 7:41 a.m. Pacific time, Mars makes a sextile to Chiron. Healing could be on your mind this morning. You could just be feeling like more clear after that emotional experience you had yesterday. You could be feeling ready to like set boundaries or have new routines or structures in place to support what it is that you've experienced and just feeling like called to integrate this morning. I think this is a great morning on Wednesday to take some quiet space to go within or, have any clearing conversations that need to happen before this morning. At 10:47 a.m., the new moon solar eclipse exacts at 20 degrees of Leo. It makes trines to Saturn and Black Moon Lilith. The new beginning that you're calling in, it could be asking you to utilize discipline and structure and commitment and divine devotion toward what we were talking about at the beginning of the podcast, watering those plants, studying those plants and getting to know them so that you know what each area of your life truly needs. Like I shared earlier, some astrologers don't believe you should go outside during eclipses, and some don't say that you should manifest because they believe that it's a 2-week portal twice a year, sometimes 3 times a year, where fated endings and beginnings happen. Some astrologers believe that when you try to do a manifestation or a ritual during an eclipse, you are kind of trying to intervene with fate. Now, whatever you choose to do is up to you. You've got an intuition, you've got an internal GPS within you that knows what's best for you. Whatever that is you're calling in, again, could just be requiring some discipline. And with Black Moon Lilith, who's currently in Sagittarius, aspecting this moon, the guru is you. That's why I just said that about the manifestation ritual. Look, this is what other people do, but you don't have to do that. And there's this theme with Black Moon Lilith and Sagittarius around who is the guru? Who is the teacher? And the best teachers, the best gurus will always bring you back to yourself. So you could be removing a figurehead or an ideology off of a pedestal during this eclipse and putting yourself up there instead, not above other people, but above other influences when it comes to who's driving your own truck, who's in charge of your own life. And just as much as nobody's in charge of you, as in that's a freeing thing, also nobody's in charge of you, as in it's your responsibility to go within, to explore what it is that you really want, and then to go out into the world and again, water that seed, tend to that plant, watch it grow. And again, if you want to look and see what area of your life this may be playing out, you can look and see what you have 20 degrees of Leo in your natal chart. And then we'll talk in the next couple weeks about the next eclipse that's on the 28th, and that will be in the sign of Pisces. Very different energy. This afternoon at 1:47 p.m. Pacific time, Mercury in Leo makes a sextile to Uranus and Gemini. This is a very like spunky, creative energy. It's like after all of that emotional start to the week, you could just be feeling like, I want to go out, I want to connect with community, I want to go to the moon circle, I want to go to the club, maybe, I want to go get pancakes at the diner. I don't know. You're just like, I want to go do something. I want to wear a funky outfit. I want to talk to some interesting people in my neighborhood. I want to hang out with my siblings. I just want to vibe. I want to catch a vibe. So go catch a vibe later on Wednesday. After all of that, if you feel called to, and just like write down any creative ideas you have this afternoon and this evening. Welcome to Thursday, August 13th. The moon enters Virgo in the wee hours of the morning at 3:18 a.m. Pacific time. When the moon enters Virgo, we tend to be feeling more focused on doing things that require our brain power. You could be wanting to write something. You could be wanting to do some data collection. You could be wanting to do some sort of audit of, I don't know, your house or your closet or the taxes you owe or something. You could be needing or wanting to go to the doctor. It's a great day to like go to the doctor, go to the DMV, file your taxes or your extension or whatever, like clean your closet, do something that requires some analytical and discipline flavor. Mercury does make a sextile to Venus today, also at 9:22 a.m. Pacific time, making this a great day for people who are in sales, who are in negotiations, who are in business, to share what you do with other people and to not just walk the walk, but talk the talk. And sometimes we can inspire people through the words we say, and other times it's through the way that we be. And finding this kind of balance today could be really awesome. And it's also a great energy for creatives to create. This energy to me is giving Doechii and how she kind of became famous through a song that she put on YouTube because she was doing the artist way. Finding some sort of disciplined, structured process or framework for your creativity to expand into, creating a container for the yin feminine parts of you to flow into. Let's fast forward to Saturday, August 15th. Mercury makes a conjunction to Jupiter today at 4:22 a.m. Pacific time, and the moon enters Libra at 7:20 a.m. Pacific time. This is a great morning for my creatives. This week is for the creatives and for entrepreneurs to do a launch, to share your creative work with the world, to speak, to create, and especially to connect with your siblings, your local neighborhood in some sort of third space. That's your Astro Weather forecast for the week of August 10th to the 16th, 2026. I would love to work with you. If you want to go deeper, the link to book with me is below. Again, right now you still get 20% off your first reading with me. I am going to phase that discount out in the next couple of months. I would recommend taking advantage of it. And if you're in the San Diego area, I have a bunch of events happening this month. I'm so honored and so excited. I'm really manifesting a lot of opportunities to hold space in person just because, as much as I love being here with all of you, there's just nothing that replaces in-person connection and hugs and reading energy and all that off of a screen. The first is the 11th house, which is a new offering I'm holding. It's going to be the first Saturday of every month starting in September, but it launches on August 15th at Levon Vitality House, Divine Feminine Astrology Circle. Then on the 14th, the day before, we have the San Diego Astrological Society Readers Bazaar. This is my first time being a part of this event. I just recently started going this year to this amazing organization in San Diego. It's got deep roots here. And this is going to be featuring, I think, over 16 different readers, people doing past live readings, tarot readings, astrology readings, and you get to come and just receive, I think it's like $15 a mini reading. You can get up to 2. You just get to receive all these downloads, all this intuitive wisdom, and also just connect with other like-minded people in the San Diego area. So the link to join us for that and with all the details is also below. Lastly, I'm going to be doing mini astrology readings at the Shore and Sage Market in San Diego, California on Sunday, August 23rd. I'll have a little booth. You'll see I got a little sign. It says the Astro Mama. And it's a free market for all. The readings are paid. They're $25. And you can register with the link below as well. There's plenty of local businesses there. It's a great way to just meet other like-minded people in the area, to support local small businesses doing spiritual wellness, holistic, health conscious work. And yeah, it's just a vibe. I don't know. Every time I go to this market, it's just such a vibe. The conversations that we have are so moving, so inspiring, so connective. And I swear every person that comes by my booth is just like a magician and in the best way. The links to go to all the things are below, or if you're on Instagram, they are in my bio. I'm sending you all so much love, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Oh, and let me know how this eclipse energy is impacting you. I'm super curious.